What's up, y'all? I hit my lifting a while ago, and it was pretty good today. Welcome back to day 6 of the numbers building program, and today was pretty good. It was decent. I hit most of the movements. Some of them, since they weren't as stable, put more pressure on my back, but they were still good. But today, I'm gonna take a short time and tell you a few things on how to cut and how to make it easier. So, for cutting, you should be consuming calories in a deficit. So you should be consuming less calories than you burn off. Now, you can go from 200 to 1,000. 200, you lose about 0.1 pounds per week. 500, 1 to 2 pounds per week. And 1,000, 2 to 3 pounds. I wouldn't go more than that. But in order to know what your actual calorie deficit is, you need to know what your calorie maintenance is. So I'm going to show you how I figured that out very quickly. So let's go to a TDEE calculator. Alright, y'all, so this is a TDEE calculator. I'm using TDEEcalculator.net. What TDEE stands for is Total Daily Energy Expenditure. It is how many calories you burn throughout the day. First, you're going to put in your gender. Now, you're either male or female. There's no in between. So, for some of y'all crazy people that think there are multiple genders, it's the one that you were born as. And then your age. Your age is going to be how old you are, obviously. So in this case, I'm going to put my age, which is 17. Your weight is how much your scale tells you you weigh. So you stand on your weight, take your weight, how much you weigh. I weigh 197. Put in your height. I'm 5'11". And put in how active you are. So, in this case, sedentary is when you're doing no exercise at all. Light exercise is when you train about 1 to 2 days a week. Moderate exercise is 3 to 5 days a week. Heavy exercise 6 to 7 days a week. And athletes 2 times per day. So I would put myself in the moderate exercise. And I'm going to put my body fat in. I'm 20% body fat. And no, I'm 22. I'm going to calculate that. My calories is 2,907. So you want to put your metrics in. So your age, you start with your gender, your age, your height, your weight, and how active you are. And then you can also put your body fat percentage. I'll show you how I figure out how to do that in a minute. But you take this. Now, depending on what you want to pick, you can either subtract 200 from the total, 500 from the total, or 1,000 from the total. In this case, I'd do a 1,000 calorie deficit. So mine would be 1,907. But say you would like to do a 500 calorie deficit. You'd be 2,407. Say you want to do a 200 calorie deficit, you'd be 2,707. So that's how you figure out your calories. And in order to figure out your body fat, so I can figure out my body fat because my scale tells me. But in order to figure out your body fat, if you don't have a scale like that, I would look up a body fat to picture, body fat picture chart. There we go. And just click one. All right, so this one works. All the males is on this side. So if you're 3 to 4% body fat, you look like the one in the top left corner. 6 to 7, the top middle. 10 to 12, the top left, not left, top right. 15 is when your abs are starting to show. So that's the middle left. In the middle, that's, you can see like some definition, but not much, not very much. 25%, you can't really see your core at all. 30%, you definitely look husky. 35% and 40%. So really anything above, and then depending on how far you want to get down, that really depends. So I'm gonna go based off of what I am, and I'm gonna show you based off of what I am. But if you don't have a scale that tells you what kind of body fat percentage you are, you can look at pictures of like a body fat chart, and then look at yourself in the mirror, and then compare your body to one of the pictures, and go based off of that. So I'm between 20 and 25. I'm not as pudgy as 25, but I still have some hangover like in the 20. So now what you're gonna do after you figure out your body fat percentage, you want to go to a body fat to weight calculator. I think this is the one I used, which is FitWatch. So I'm gonna put in, I was actually 198 today, but I'm gonna put in 197. I'm the same body fat, so 22% body fat. My goal body fat's 10%. Calculate it. I'll be 170 pounds at my goal. So once you figure out what weight you're gonna be, what the estimated weight you're gonna be at your goal, what you want to do is go to a calculator. So I'm in the calculator. Now, you take your current weight, 197, minus 170 equals 27. I gotta lose 27 pounds. Now, what you're gonna do from there is divide it by the number of pounds you want to lose each week to see how long you go. So if you are going based off of 200, you are going to do 0.1, which I'll actually increase this if you divide it, so make sure you multiply it and then subtract. You'll lose about a pound on 200, a little bit, 500. We'll go with 500 because 200 is a little bit harder to tell how long. It's not as easy as doing this. So if you're gonna lose a pound a week, it'll take you gotta divide by 1, because that's how much you want to lose in a week, and you get 27. If you want to lose 2 pounds per week, divide by 2, it'll take you 13.5 weeks. So I'm gonna multiply that by 2. I'm gonna divide it by the number of pounds I expect to lose in a week. So that's 3. It'll take me 9 weeks to get to my goal. So with this all being said, the way you figure out your calories is based off of a TDEE calculator. I use TDEEcalculator.net. And the way you figure out your body fat percentage is by going to if your scale doesn't tell you, you would look up a body fat percentage chart, and then you would check out one of the pictures and compare the pictures on that chart to your body, and you go based off of the body fat percentage it tells you you're at. Now, to figure out how much weight you gotta lose, you want to go to a body fat percentage to weight calculator. In this case, I used fitwatch.com, and you plug in your weight, your current body fat, and your goal body fat. And so at my goal body fat percentage, I will be 170 pounds. Let's say you wanted to be diced. You want to be completely shredded. We'll put in 3%. I'd be 158 pounds, but I'll plug in the 10. So I want to be 10% body fat. That'll be 170 pounds. All right. So now, after you take that, I'm just going to go through this one more time. After you take that, you want to take your body weight now and subtract it from your body weight you're going to be at your goal body fat percentage. In this case, is 27 pounds. Now you take your 27 pounds and go to a calculator, and you take the amount of weight you got to lose, and you want to divide it by the number of pounds you want to lose in each week. In this case, I want to lose 3 pounds a week. So this is the number of weeks that I need to diet. Okay. So now macros. Consuming your foods and your calories. Your macros you want to hit is a gram per pound of lean body tissue, because you don't want to lose any muscle. A gram per pound of lean body tissue. Now, if you were leaner, more like in the 10 to 15% range, then it'd be a gram per pound of body weight. But in this case, most of y'all that are trying to lose weight, more likely you're not in that range. So a gram per pound of lean body tissue. That's the percentage of your body weight. So that's your body weight minus the percentage of your body weight in fat. So say you are, I'll do a quick and easy one. Let's say you're 100 pounds and you are wanting to get down, and you're 20% body fat. That means 20 pounds of you is fat. And so your lean body tissue would be your 100 minus 20, which is 80 pounds. That's how you would figure that out. So it's your body weight minus the percentage of your body weight in fat, or your body fat percentage in weight. From there, you want to take that number, which would be your pounds in lean body tissue, and get a gram of protein per pound of lean body tissue. Now, with your carbs, you can go a little bit higher if you like, to about 2 grams. So, say you can only have 1,000 calories, right? And you have 80 pounds of lean body tissue. That would be what? That'd be 80 grams of protein. And multiply 80 times 2 to get your carbs. That'd be 160 grams of carbs. Now, if you want, you can add those grams together, multiply by 4 to see how many calories those take up. So if I go do that real quick, that would be 160 plus 80 is 240. 240 times 4 is 960. Yeah, 960. Yeah. So I'd actually drop your carbs down a little bit to a gram as well. And then fill in the rest with fats. So let me go show you how to do that real quick. I'm gonna go back to the calculator. All right, so this is my calorie deficit, right? All right, so I'll take my body weight, do times 0.22, which is 22%. I got 43.34 pounds, right? I'm gonna take 197 minus 43.34. I got 150, I'll round that up to 154 pounds of lean body tissue. I'm gonna multiply that by 1. Okay, 154. Multiply it by 2, plus 154, times 4. That's how much I've got in calories so far. So I'm gonna subtract my original. So I got 58 calories left, 58 divided by 9, 6 grams of fat. Now that's a little bit too difficult to sustain, so I'll do 154 times 2. And that's how much you would have. You can match your protein with your carbs. Multiply that by 4 to figure out the calories. That's what you got now. Minus 1906. 674 divided by 9. 74 grams of fat. So it all really depends on what you want to do. But if you go to a TDEE calculator, you can do this a little bit easier. I'm doing a little bit more complicated. But they'll tell you, so if you scroll all the way down, go to cutting. They give it to you in 500 calorie deficit, which is pretty good. You can do 181 grams of protein, 94 grams of fats, 211 grams of carbs. Really pick your preference. I would pick I wouldn't pick the ones with the higher fats or the higher carbs. I would pick the ones that match the carbs and fats pretty well. So I would pick moderate carb, but you can pick lower carb or higher carb. All really depends on what you're able to do. As long as you're hitting your protein and your fats, your protein and your calories, so at least hit your lean body mass per pound of lean body mass in protein. So you want 1 gram per pound of lean body mass of protein. And you want to make sure you're in your calorie deficit. But you can really pick any one of these. But as long as you're getting your protein in, you're good. Recap, because I know I was a little bit all over the place. To find how many calories you need to know your body fat percentage. So I'll start with your body fat percentage. What is your body fat percentage? You can figure out what your body fat percentage is if you don't have a scale that tells you by looking at pictures on a body fat chart and then comparing your body to those. So you want to figure out your body fat percentage. Now, the next thing you want to do is figure out how many pounds you want to lose each week, whether that's 1, 2, or 3. But on average, you can lose 2 to 3 pounds, and that's pretty good. All right, so if you want to lose that much, figure out how much you want to lose each week. Now go into your TDEE calculator and figure out how much your maintenance is. From there, you lose about 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. That's how many calories makes 1 pound of fat. So say you want to lose 1 pound a week, do your 3,500 divided by 7 to get your calorie deficit. If you want to lose 2 pounds a week, not 3,500, but you want to multiply 3,500 by 2, you'll get 7,000. And you divide that by 7, right? If you want to lose 3 pounds, I wouldn't go over more than 3 pounds, but if you want to lose 3 pounds, do your 3,500 times 3. So in this case, it'd be 7,000, it'd be 10,500. Take your 10,500 and divide that by 7, and that's how much of a calorie deficit you want to be in each week. So I'm gonna go one more time. Figure out your body fat percentage, which you can do by looking at a body fat chart. Then go to your figure out how much weight you want to lose each week. Multiply how much pounds you want to lose each week by 3,500, then divide by 7 to figure out your calorie deficit. Find your TDEE calculator and plug in all your metrics, and then get your maintenance, and then subtract your calorie deficit from that to figure out your calories. And then put your body weight into a body weight to body fat ratio or body fat to body weight ratio calculator. And when you do that, you'll get how many pounds you need to lose. So those are 5 things there. And one last step, you want to divide the number of pounds you need to lose by the number of weight you want to lose each week to figure out the length of your diet. And then your macros, as long as you're hitting 1 gram per pound of lean body tissue and protein, and staying in your calorie deficit, you'll be straight. You can eat what you'd like. Your TDEE calculator will give some options for 500 calorie deficit. But yeah, that's how you would figure that out. And that's really all I got for y'all today. Sorry it was a little bit of a messy one, and it's a little bit all over the place, but I hope you guys enjoyed it still. This one's being recorded really late, so it might come up tomorrow morning, but I'll upload it now after I get it all together. I love y'all, and make sure you hop on that gain train, and those that are new, all aboard that gain train. I do want to thank everybody for the 14 subscribers. That's a great start. The next goal is 50. But if you guys want me to do anything special for 14 subs, put it in the comments below. And if you guys like this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. I know it could have been made a little bit better, but I'm trying to keep it real with y'all. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy your night, and peace.